You're watching Fightium, the channel where fight legends, MMA icons, and boxing greats all collide. If you love combat sports history and news, make sure to hit subscribe, because we've got stories you won't hear anywhere else. Mike Tyson's name needs no introduction. With a career record of 50 wins, 7 losses, and 2 no contests, he was the youngest heavyweight champion in history and one of the most recognizable figures in sports. The world still remembers the raw ferocity he brought to the ring, ending fights in seconds and terrifying opponents before the first punch was thrown. But with the rise of the UFC and MMA, fans often wonder, how would Tyson have done inside the octagon? Could the heavyweight boxer have transitioned to MMA and dominated the way he did in boxing? Recently, Tyson was put on the spot about this very question in an interview with iconic rapper Fat Joe. When asked if he'd have fought in the UFC during his prime, Tyson didn't hesitate. His answer? Absolutely not. Here's what he said: "Listen, 5 of the biggest UFC fighters combined couldn't match my pay. I wanted to be the biggest fighter, the biggest purse. I want all that stuff." When Mike Tyson fights, he shuts everything down. Tyson made it clear, for him, the fight game was always about being the biggest star in the world, not just testing himself in another discipline. And financially, he was right. During his prime, Tyson's paydays dwarfed what UFC fighters were making. Even today, most of the UFC roster doesn't come close to those numbers. But here's the interesting part. While Tyson admitted the UFC cage was never an option, his fighting style, explosive, aggressive, and ruthless, has often been compared to some of MMA's most dangerous knockout artists. Imagine Tyson versus Francis Ngannou, or Tyson facing a prime Randy Couture under mixed rules. Those are fantasy fights fans love to dream about. At the end of the day, though, Tyson's legacy is untouchable. He didn't need the UFC to prove himself. He became the baddest man on the planet inside the boxing ring, and his star power reached far beyond combat sports.